and welcome one and all, physical and on our screen. Welcome all to this wonderful 457th meeting. But this meeting is not just 457th meeting, it is the 20th anniversary meeting of our club, Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. Big round of applause. We finished. What does it mean? 20 years. Not just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We are celebrating the first birthday, but we are celebrating 20 years. And 20 years would mean 2 meetings every month, the 12 months every year, and for the 20 years, all those meetings. So, okay, I lost count of that, sorry. But I guess you understand what I mean. Because of those many meetings, we are here. But what does this meeting make up? What is a meeting? This is a meeting where people come and meet. That is a meeting. So who is important in a meeting? We the members, the people of this club has made it possible. And I'm sure our founder, DTM Anil Lobo, who is here, will agree with me that it is because of people. And more so because of 3 people who decided that we are going to come together and form this club that we are here to do. So, a big round of applause for DTM Anil Lobo, Toastmaster Peter Banerjee, and Toastmaster Shantan. The 3 pillars of this club who started this club in 2002, precisely on 29th May 2002, Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club was born. And 20 years later, we are here, not just in this meeting room, but all over the world. We have Toastmaster Lady Sneha joining us from India. We have Toastmaster DTM Murli Manohar joining us from India. Mobina is joining us from India. We have our PQD, DD elect DTM Khalid Abdullah joining us from Bahrain. We have Mobina from India, and we have Toastmaster Raymond joining us from Kuwait. We have DTM Anil, of course, here, and we have our Sergeant at Arms Jamaluddin joining from Kuwait. So it is, and where's Toastmaster Namiti? I thought I saw him.
He was here.
Is he on the other screen or something?
No.
I mean, on the other.
Disconnect.
Okay, he is disconnected. So we have all of us here to celebrate this 20th anniversary. And the most surprising of all this, here we have Toastmaster Ali Nagresh join us. Come on, Toastmaster. I will take your seat. Lovely to see you. Okay, that was not the surprise element. Toastmaster Ali, being a member, was expected to come to this meeting. The surprise element here is we have Toastmaster Jaya Krishna with us, all the way from US. He is son of our eminent Toastmaster DTM Arvind Babu, and joining us is also his wife. So please, can I request Mrs. Sunita Babu, Arvind Babu, to please come in front, please. Please come. So thank you all for joining us online. Thank you for joining us here, our physical audience. Lovely to see all of you all come and to this very important meeting. But this meeting will only make sense if we, first of all, appreciate and welcome our 2 guests who are here today. Completely new to Toastmasters, we have with us Pooja. Pooja standing here. Pooja has joined us for the first time for our Toastmasters meeting, and we have Thomas join us.
India, and he is looking at exploring Toastmasters. So welcome to Pooja and Thomas to our meeting. Thank you. Well, I think I've spoken enough.
So let us begin with this meeting. Now, for the benefit of our guest, I'd like to explain how a Toastmasters meeting, what a Toastmasters meeting is all about and how it goes. You have the agenda in front of you, but let me explain that a Toastmasters meeting is divided into basically 4 segments. The first segment is all about introducing to all here are role players. Now, any meeting is incomplete if you don't have the support. Like, for instance, coming to this meeting, we had a lot of members put in, bring the water, bring the cake, bring the agenda. That is as far as before the meeting. Right now in the meeting, we will need support. So those role players who will support this meeting are basically introduced to everybody. So everybody knows who's doing what. After that, we have the prepared speeches. And the prepared speeches is about members who will prepare the speech. They're going through a curriculum. So they prepare the speech and they come here, they deliver the speech. Now that speech is going to be heard by all here. And there will be an evaluator who's going to evaluate that speech. And that is important because the speaker needs to know how he has performed. So we will have an evaluator who will evaluate the speech. Then comes the fun segment. And this is a segment which our Toastmaster Dimitru represented at DTAC. He represented Elite Challengers Club that he is also a member of. And we are proud that he took part he rose up to the DTAC stage as a table topic contestant. And I'm sure I can tell you the feeling on that stage because both of us were on that stage and well, you all must have not seen, but there was at least this much of a shiver when we are on that stage. But don't worry, this is the stage that will get you to that stage. So come here, talk as much as you want, tell me, shut up enough, Priscilla, give us an opportunity, and you can make it to that stage. Now, following table topics, okay, what is table topics? It is that part of the meeting where everybody gets an opportunity to speak for 2 to 3 minutes. That's simple. So that is your stepping stone into public speaking. Make use of it. Take the opportunity. 2 to 3 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes is all that you need to speak. So if you can speak for 1 minute, you've done it. Correct? Ms. Masujia? And after that, we have the evaluation segment, and that is where our evaluator, who had evaluated the speech, will come and make his presentation of his evaluation. We also have a general evaluator who is actually right now taking notes and making notes of what's happening in the meeting, what we are doing good, and what we can improve on. He will give his report. And his team, he will bring his team along to give their reports. So that is about a Toastmasters meeting. Have I covered everything? Members?
Yes.
Thank you. And we are celebrating today. So if somebody would please tell me what's the time? Am I on time?
It's 25.
Okay, so I need to start with introducing our role players. And for that, I would like to first introduce our timer. And our timer today is the guy who sells products like these. Okay, the gentleman who sells huge products like these, which facilitate meetings like these. And Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters is the only club in Kuwait to have privileged this kind of a setup. He has been the VPPR, he has been the VP membership, and he has done the treasurer's role for the club in the previous years. This time he said, let me take a back seat and let's push the others who have not made it. But today, once again, he's yet taking a back seat that is one which we would look at, oh, timer's role is not important. But he will tell you how important it is. So Toastmaster Arvind, please explain your role.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My role today is timer. Time is very important. Time is money, right? So we are going to put every segment counting in each second and minutes. So every segment, like we have prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For prepared speeches, 5 to 7 minutes. So 5 minutes is the minimum time. I'm going to show the green card, and on the halfway, I'm going to show yellow, which is on 6th minute, and 7th minute red, and 30 seconds is the dash period. And same thing for the table topics, 1 to 2 minutes. The first minute completes, I'm going to show green, and later yellow on the halfway, 1.5 minute, and 2 minutes red, 30 seconds grace period. For the evaluation, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 red, 30 seconds grace period. At the last, when the general evaluator asks for the report, I'm going to give the report for the timer report. So over to table topic, team body today.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Arvind, for explaining the role of a timer. And before I introduce our next role player, the general evaluator, I have another task to do. Let's acknowledge our guests who have joined us online after I took stage. We have Toastmaster Namiti. We have newly elected Area 19 Director, I need to say Area 19 Director-elect Toastmaster Sunil NS. We have somebody who is online with us with Samson SM. If we could have the right name, it would be nice to know who is with us. And we have Toastmaster Shushma Gupta join us. We have Toastmaster Tessie join us. And I'm sure Tessie and Namiti are from the same club from Nigeria. So I'm talking about the whole world is here. And we have Toastmaster Fatima Abdullah join us. And our Deputy Director, Toastmaster Ibrahim. What happened this morning, Toastmaster Harvin? We are not going to talk about it. Well, moving on, I would now like to introduce our general evaluator. Our general evaluator, he told me that his thing is about starting a company, which he is striving to, and actually he has already started. But what he's striving is to have branches in different countries, right? Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Dimatu. As I've already told, he also was standing on that DTAC stage. So our Toastmaster Dimatu, please.
Good evening, everybody, especially some faces I am seeing after a long time. Two these lovely faces seeing for the first time. Well, like our Toastmaster of the day correctly mentioned, we have 4 segments in our meetings. Now, evaluation is one of the key segments when we compare with other meetings that you have around the world. Let's say in your office, you are doing a presentation. You will be recipients, but they will never evaluate you. Oh, you did wrong. You didn't speak well. No. But Toastmasters is a platform where you have the opportunity to correct yourself. And I would say this is the best way to do your mistakes. So be ready and don't be shy away, talk. Well, to conduct this session of evaluation, I have a team of 2 more actually. One is grammarian and the other one is accountant. If I start with the grammarian, it is Toastmaster Elvis, who is one of the dynamic senior Toastmasters in Kuwait, who's gonna give you the idea what is grammarian is all about. Toastmaster Elvis, over to you.
and good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Elvis, the grammarian. Now, it's not just about grammar. Now, it gives a hint of what I will be doing. I'll be looking for the grammar, but it's about communication. Imagine you're having this conversation and you are how? Doing what you do? That we do here, now it is communicated, you do understand what's being said. But would it be better if it said, who are you? What are you doing? That gives an expression of, here's someone I can pay, listen, attention to. Now, as a grammarian, my job is not only to talk about where it can be improved, but basically let you know the things that you do really well. Sentences that you use really well. And one of the things that we like to do is help each and every one of us with vocabulary. So we have in Toastmaster meeting, the word of the day. And the word of the day chosen for today is frolic. Frolic. It's pronounced as frolic. Now, what does it mean? In simple terms, to have fun. It can also mean, this is what the dictionary says, a merry-making or party, playful behavior or action. Now, I'm holding it for the audience, not that I'll be able to hear them, but I will be noting down what people have to say. Now, 3 examples of a sentence it can be used. The children frolic in the pool when they visit Aqua Park. I think I'll end it just with one. A funeral is not the place to behave in a frolic manner. Well, I will be jotting down people use the word of the day the maximum number of times, and at the same time, I will be letting you know where things could be said differently instead of you are who? Over to you.
I hope, Toastmaster Elvis, you will allow us to behave properly because it's our 20th anniversary. And one thing I noticed, he was so smart, is having the word of the day here and some wordings here while he's showing and he's reading it. That's so smart. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elvis. Now it's time for me to introduce the accountant. I will not say what is account. Let him tell. We have Toastmaster Jamaldeen Sheikh joining all the way from Kuwait, right? Fahim. Yes, Toastmaster Jamaldeen, over to you.
Fine, Alhamdulillah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is Toastmaster Jamaldeen Sheikh, accounter for today's session. The main purpose of the accounter is to improve the observational skills and listening skills, which I already started after reciting my club mission. The purpose of the accounter is to note any overused words or filler words used as a crutch by anyone who speak during the meeting. That means during the speaking session and table topic session. Words may be inappropriate interjection such as and, well, but, so, and you know, sounds may be ir. During the evaluation portion of the meeting, I will provide my observations report when called upon by the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Dimutu. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jamaldeen Sheikh. Well, that's all about the team, and then I'll be having a session at the end of the Toastmaster meeting, and I'll be giving my report on my observations in general, in addition to the report that will be submitted by the grammarian and the accountant. In addition, we have another evaluator who will evaluate one of the speeches, as you see in this agenda. It will happen during the meeting. That's it from my side. And as the last thought, let me also talk about a little on our 20th anniversary, because this is my home club where I started my Toastmaster career. And I'm so happy today. It was all about people, and we have clubs a lot in Kuwait, but the people who really behind this, who raised this club to this level, and like Priscilla correctly mentioned, the co-founders, and also for me, there were a few people whom I have seen in some different clubs, and then I found they are not the members of that club, but they are members of Kuwait Challengers. Then I found this club because I wanted to join that club where those people are there. Honestly. So that one is Toastmaster Kajitan, DTM Kajitan, and Raymond Pereira, my mentor, and also DTM Anil Lobo. So those three, and Priscilla I couldn't meet the other day, but later I got to know them as well. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Demetu, for explaining your role and bringing your team to explain their role. Now, to begin with what these 20 years were all about. I've introduced our role players, and moving on with the first session is actually prepared speeches, but this being a very special meeting, I am here to just take you down memory lanes through those 20 years that we've been as Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. To begin with, we have DTM Anil here, and we also have a message from our founder, Mr. Toastmaster Peter Banerjee, and I'd like to read his message because he has apologized for not being able to make it today. But what he has said is that he would like to convey his congratulations and best wishes to all the members of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. So, members, guests, congratulations and best wishes to us Kuwait Challengers, and basically to Toastmasters International everywhere. Because once you're a Toastmaster, you are a
Toastmaster.
I would like to now invite Toastmaster DTM Anil to say a few words. DTM Anil, you have 2 to 3 minutes. Our timer will let you know. So,
Thank you very much, DTM Priscilla. In fact, seeing everyone in the room today is like nostalgia. Just seeing the room is nostalgia for me. I remember what it was pre-COVID, and I can imagine what's going to happen. But equal remembrance is 20 years ago today. I remember the challenges that I faced just getting this club off the ground. Initially, we were meeting at the Al Mullah Sports Club, which was right across the room from the Saleh Jamal building where our meetings moved to. And I'll tell you one thing, it was so dynamic because we were a group of Al Mullah employees who were kind of meeting and socializing, and yes, at the same time learning about Toastmasters. Now, Toastmasters was a relatively new program in Kuwait. It started only in 99, I think, or 98. So we really didn't know what we were getting into. But when I started this Toastmaster Club, along with Peter Banerjee as well as Shantanu Das, and for those of you who will remember, there was another Toastmaster, Abdul Salam. I'm sure Arvind knows him. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. We were like a really dynamic team. There were times there were only 4 of us in the room, and we used to have samosas and just chat and talk. And that was the XCOM meeting in a way, because that's all we were, the XCOM people who were meeting. But that camaraderie carried through. I learned a lot from Toastmasters Shantanu Das as well as from Abdul Salam, who taught me a little bit about management skills while having one-on-one meetings. Now remember, 20 years ago, I was in my early 30s. I was 33 years old. So I was not as mature as I am now, 20 years later. And they taught me the fundamentals of what to expect, how to overcome challenges. And these are skills that no university ever teaches you. You know, you sit down with a group of like-minded individuals who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to develop. And they, in a way, imparted to me certain knowledge on leadership skills. And the best thing is, we tried these leadership skills in a very supportive environment among the Toastmasters. And I got further feedback. Toastmaster Peter Banerjee, he got me in touch with the Al Mullah management. Now imagine I'm meeting the managing director and the CEO and big bosses, the senior managers in Al Mullah group. And that gave me confidence not only to meet the senior managers in Al Mullah, but even senior managers outside of Al Mullah. And in a way that made me rise up the corporate ladder. And today I am where I am today because of what I did in a room just like what you're sitting in right now. So for those of you who have nostalgic feelings or not sure what they're getting into, Toastmasters is the place where leaders are made. If you don't believe in that, listen to stories of mine and others who have been in Toastmasters for at least 10 years. And a very prime example is Toastmaster or DTM Priscilla. I remember a few years ago when I was mentoring her, she was so shy, so timid, so nervous, not sure what she's doing. And imagine, she has won second place at DTAC. Wow, unbelievable. So stay into the program and one day you will be great leaders and great communicators. Over to you, DTM Priscilla.
Thank you, DTM Anil, for those beautiful words where you took us through the journey of Toastmasters, of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters clubs, beginning with the very start of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters club. And thank you for the advice to all of us as to how we should continue. We also have with us Toastmaster Peter. I wasn't aware, but he is here. Samson. Okay, so I have just read out here, I've conveyed his message here. His audio is not on, so we have his message already conveyed, and that would be lovely if we can get him later to speak. Now, yes, Grammarian, thank you for reminding me that I have to use the word of the day. So let's floor it if we can right now. Okay, thank you so much. Coming to how Kuwait Challengers went ahead with having their meetings, conducting their meetings. Lydia Anil said that there was a stage when where they had only 4 people in the meeting room. But let me tell you, there was one president who made it possible to have 43 members on a roll. And that is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Raymond. Let's hear it from you.
Thank you, DTM Priscilla. Just want to make sure you guys can hear and see me well. Lovely,
Yes,
thank you. Great, and it is truly an honor to witness the 20th anniversary of this lovely club, and I'm proud to have been associated with this club. And as DTM Anil mentioned, the club has a lot of memories. The room itself, the brown color of the room, it reminds me of tons of things that happened there, like the cakes, the food, the 43 members in that room, where we as leaders, we had to actually stand outside. It was an amazing experience with Kuwait Challengers. But one thing I need to say, when Anil did mention the challenges that the club faced, it became quite severe, where though there was some sort of love and bond with the few members that was there, somehow district never considered that. And when I became the president, because Anil cheated me to become the president, like Anil told me, Ray, become the president. You only have to sign certificates. That's it. And when they sent me for the club officers training, and I said, my God, what did I get myself into? But then I heard a district leader say, Kuwait Challengers, that is a 4-member club or a 5-member club. It will never grow. And they had this thing about corporate clubs. They had this, some sort of weakness that corporate clubs do not do well. And we were not a corporate club. No, you were an Al-Mullah corporate club. And for some reason, I took that as a challenge, and I went back to Anil, and there was DTM John and DTM Rajshekhar and so many other members. And we said, let's revive the club. And we said, let's do it. But I said, let's cheat the system. And they said, how are you going to cheat the system? And I said, okay. And sometimes you need to cheat the system to make it happen. And the funniest things, and I believe DTM Priscilla would remember, is when we invited DTM Priscilla, she didn't want to join. She was like, I am the only lady over there. I don't want to join. So what we did is we gathered all the Toastmasters, all the women Toastmasters from other clubs. We took photographs. Wow, there are a lot of women. There are a lot of men. There are a lot of different nationalities. Pictures went flying around and wow. But actually we were still 4 to 5 members. And gradually people started pouring in. What is happening in this club? And over a period of time, we had a lot of members, but that was not our goal. Our goal was not to just fill all the chairs of this room. The goal was to make leaders. And that's why Kuwait Challengers today has DTAC champions, have champions not only in this room, but there are managers who have achieved. There are leaders, there are people who have gone to the next level in their career. There are people who started businesses. There are people like DTM Arvind who have got awards. There are children who, we were one of the only clubs that would allow children to come and just sit over there and watch. We have children like Jay Krishna, who's there right now, and he is speaking up in his university. We have the children of DTM Kajitan and DTM Priscilla coming. We had my own daughter coming. We had children of DTM Anil. They started speaking up by just watching the parents go on stage. And not to forget the lovely food that follows. We always had to celebrate anything. Anything happens in anybody's life, we had to celebrate. And then what the club did is we took the club from this room into people's houses. We had meetings at DTM Kajitan's house, DTM Deepak's house. We had events outside. We just wanted to celebrate and have an event anywhere. And even the way the Almulla Exchange and the Almulla group of companies, they came forward and like, wow, what is happening here? There's so much of positivity. And I believe that is the beauty of the club. And that is how each of us contributed to make it a very successful club. And I know it is not only going to end at 20 years, it's going to go for 100 years, even before our children takes it forward. Over to DTM Priscilla.
Thank you, DTM Raymond, for going for, I know what you were going through right now, going through this message that you had to share with us. So, I'm sorry, but I have been a part of this. I joined Toastmasters 5 years ago, and Toastmaster Raymond has been my mentor. So, whatever he said has really touched me, because what I am today, as he said, he gathered all the women to make sure that I stay in this club. So what I am today, I owe it to him, to my DTM Kajitan, to DTM Anil logo. They are the 3 pillars who have brought me to where I am today. So thank you very much to DTM Raymond, DTM Anil, DTM Kajitan. But before I close this session, I would like to convey a sweet message from another member who has been very instrumental in making sure that this club does not die. We've had both our presidents mention that there was a time when the club was, but we had DTM, very enthusiastic DTM, John Joseph, joined this club at that point. So what he has to say to all of us on this day is that what he means is we were happy for the decision taken by Anil and me, that is Anil and John Joseph, during one of our Gavel Club's meeting in Don Bosco, just prior to the club being scrapped by the district. The club was, with 4 members, how can you run a club? We need minimum 8 members and maximum
not D max. There's no
There
max.
is no limit.
But when we didn't have 4 members, district was telling Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club, you can close. But Toastmaster John Joseph, DTM Anil, DTM John Joseph, DTM Anil, and our club coach, DTM Alka, got together and revived this club. He said, it was God's wisdom given by God. I proposed and Anil seconded. The key was with DTM Anil. That is how today Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club is where it is right now. Following these leaders, we had DTM Fatima Abdullah as our area director, who was as our division director, who was supporting the club. We have currently our division F director, DTM Hazim, supporting our club. We have Lady Sneha, who has just left because she told me that she had to ask her entire family to keep quiet so that she could attend. So we'll excuse her. But that has been the journey of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club. And today we need to applaud to where we are right now. So big round of applause. And hope to get applauded after the meeting. Have fun. We can floor it after the meeting. I said 2 times. So I would now like to proceed with the rest of our meeting. To do that, I would like to call upon our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Narendra, to come and deliver his speech. He will be evaluated by our evaluator, Toastmaster Mobina. Toastmaster Mobina. Toastmaster Mobina. I would like to invite you to read the. Could you please read the objectives of the speaker, the project that the speaker is going to deliver his speech? Was Mr. Mobina here? Toastmaster Mobina, we can't hear you. Could you just check your settings? What are your settings? Okay. I am aware of the project that Toastmaster Narendra is doing. So I will let you know the objectives of his project are. He is delivering his project from level 1, project 2, the first speech. And in this project, all he needs to do is deliver a speech to his liking, and the evaluator will then make recommendations to him. Following that, he will deliver the same speech again with the recommendations. So right now he's delivering his first speech. Toastmaster Narendra, the stage is yours. It is memorization. Memorization, Toastmaster Narendra.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Appreciation is wonderful. It takes the excellence of others to us, said by the writer and philosopher Renko. I joined Toastmaster in 2019, and today on a special day, I thank Toastmaster that helped me to develop the skill of appreciation, which comes from the positive evaluation. 20 years, 2 decades, I felt really grateful attending this meeting and all the success to the Kuwait Challengers Club. Raise your hand if you feel you have a fantastic memory. Okay, raise your hand if you feel have a poor memory. I feel more hands now. No need to worry. There is a good news. It is not necessary whether you have a good memory or not. No need to worry. You can train your brain to remember. After 30 years of medical practice, Dr. Jitendra Adia said that number of people have approached him to prescribe the medicine to increase the memory power. But as per him, there is no medicine to increase the memory power. There is no good memory or bad memory. There is only a trained memory or untrained memory. Memory is the power of subconscious mind. If trained properly, can be used in a good and a special way. For any successful career, you need a good memorization skill. Maybe you may be a doctor or a politician or a teacher or engineer or a scientist. Unless and until you have good memorization skill, you cannot be successful in your career. Several memorization techniques are available, but we'll discuss which I follow. The methodology of this memorization skill is as follows. Please listen carefully. The first thing, you have to note down the material in your hand. When you write down material in your hand, it is the best way. The next thing is, you have to read this material before sleeping as the last thing. You must not watch television, or you must not make any telephone calls, or you must not brush your teeth. If you feel sleepy, wash your face, and before sleeping, read this target material 10 times before with full concentration, and then go to bed. Place the material by your side. Next morning, when you get up, read this material again 10 times after finishing your daily routines. I shall now repeat all the 4 steps needed for this. Note down the material in your own hand. Read the target material with full concentration 10 times before sleeping is the last thing. Third one, place the material by your side, and next morning when you wake up, read the material again for 10 times. This will help. By this way, we will read the material 20 times, 10 times before going to sleep and 10 times after getting up in the morning. So by this way, you have tapped into the unused potential of your subconscious mind, unused part of your subconscious mind. When you read the material 10 times before sleeping and 10 times before getting up in the morning, your subconscious mind acts and read the target material number of times, depending on your memorization ability, the content of the material, and the ability and the training of memorization you have gone so far. So I conclude that you must use these memorization techniques. Why? Because using this memorization technique, I have memorized 68 names in order. I will try to read, speak that. अट्टहास अमरकंटक अयोध्या अर्केश्वर उज्जैन कनलहर करवीर कर्णभर कायाभरण कार्तिकेश्वर कालिंजर काशी काश्मीर कुकुटेश्वर कुरुक्षेत्र क्रोमी जंगल केदारनाथ कैलास गया गणमादन गिरनार गोकर्ण छगलाई जलिंग जलेश्वर जमन्नतीर जालंधर त्रिदल त्रिसंग दंडकारण्य दुष्कर्मा देविका निर्मलेश्वर निमिषारण्य पशुपतिनाथ पुरश्चंद्र पुष्कर प्रभास प्रयाग बड़वाड़ी बद्रिकाश्रम भद्रगढ़ भस्मगत्र भुवनेश्वर भैरव मध्यमेश्वर मरुकोट मलकेश्वर महेंद्र मंडलेश्वर लंका लिंगेश्वर वामेश्वर इंद्राचल विरजा विश्वेश्वर वृषभोधर वेंकट शतरुकेश शंकुण श्रीशैल वेंकटेश्वर सप्तगोदावरी हरिद्वार हर्षित श्रेष्ठा हटकेश्वर हेमकुट एंड ऋषिकेश.
Thank you so much. Now that was a wonderful speech. Thank you very much for sharing with us your thoughts on memorization through your speech. Our evaluator will evaluate your speech. If you have on your tables, you have the This is known as the balance sheet. You can please write a note to Toastmaster Narendra, giving him feedback on his speech. It could be a very short, 1 sentence, 2 sentences, what you liked about his speech and where you thought he could improve upon.
The first speaker, right?
Yes, the first. Members online, you can send in the chat box, leave a message for Toastmaster Narendra. And I'm still getting used to this. I forgot that we had an online audience. So online audience, please send your feedback in the chat and we shall have it sent across to Toastmaster Narendra. Yes, now Toastmaster Narendra, please go and collect the feedback. We forgot about that as well. Sorry, we are just getting back to our physical meeting. So I have a lot of people reminding me what I should be doing next. And Toastmaster Narendra, this feedback is for you so that you will have a look at it and in your next subsequent speeches, you would apply the feedback that has been provided to you, especially the recommendations. Toastmaster Jamaluddin says such topics are need of the hour. Okay. The 1 minute is over, and I would now like to move straight into the table topic segment because we are running out of time. I know we have break, but we will scrap the break for now so that we keep up with the momentum. So we have our online audience also, because if we go on break, then they will go on break and we may lose them. So let's. Is the pizza here? Oh, the pizza is here. Do we go for a break then? Okay, let's take a vote. Shall we have pizza? Shall we take the break? Shall we take the break? Or shall we continue with the meeting? Continue. Okay, great. Thank you very much. We may have cold pizza, but let's continue with the meeting because we are in the momentum. Let's not break that. So I would now like to call upon our table topic master for tonight, and our table topic master for tonight is Area 19 Director, Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar Pal, who is member of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club and ASSP Kuwait Toastmasters Club in Fahim, in Kuwait. So he has something up his sleeve. And this is the moment. This is your opportunity. Yes, take it. Come and speak for just 1 or 2 minutes. All yours.
Thank you, Prolic Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Priscilla. Guys, let me first congratulate you for winning the 2nd position in humorous speech contest at District Toastmaster Annual Conference 2022. DTM Priscilla is my 2nd mentor, so I don't want to miss opportunity to congratulate her. Already we give congratulations many social media platforms, but when they get chance to physically face to face, should not miss. Hello Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It is my pleasure to be table topic master of the day, and it is my privilege to explain you, especially for the non-Toastmasters guest, what is the table topic. It's impromptu speech on a topic given by table topic master, it means me, and you have to speak on that topic within a limit of, as timer already explained, minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. When you will speak, between your speech, keep one eye to Arvind, so he will show the signal, so it will be knowing. especially for the guest non-Toastmasters. Toastmasters are aware about this procedure. If it's still difficult to understand our guest in a simple wording, I will say the table topic is output from combination of three body parts: active listening, thinking, speaking. This is the table topic for our non-guest spelling, definition. So I will use the Indian culture for that. There is slogan, Atithi Devo Bhava. Means we have to respect first the guest. So we'll give the importance to the first priority to the guest. In guest also, there is another word, ladies first. There is no hard and fast rule how to conduct the table topic. Some people conduct by spoke out first the topic, then call the speaker. Some people first call the speaker and then they speak the topic. I will not use both systems. I will use for the especially the guest non-Toastmaster. Bring your topic with me, and that I will tell you later how you will bring. For the seasoned Toastmasters, I can use the system by read out the topic. So first I will prefer give the demonstration by a seasoned Toastmasters how they spoke. Then you our guest non-Toastmasters can attend. Good idea.
Very nice.
So first, non-Toastmasters, just be ready. I will give you some 30 seconds before calling. Keep on any article. Article means your any personal things with you, which you too much like or which too much important for you. And then I will say what I have to do with that. If, for example, you have the driving license, you have the pen, because we are not at the house, so have some limited things. Any one item which you think is important. So just a demonstration, I will ask any seasoned Toastmaster, why not give the chance to our frolic Toastmaster, Elvis Noro. Toastmasters Elvis, if you had a chance to meet Toastmasters founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, what would you say to him or ask him? I will repeat. If you had a chance to meet Toastmasters founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, what would you say to him or ask him? Floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. What would I ask the founder of Toastmasters? One thing, if I were to ask him, if he had seen 100 years from, it's been more than 100 years, if he could see into the future, 100 years from founding, would he agree with the direction that Toastmasters is taking? I'm going controversial here. So when Toastmasters began, it was aimed at the everyday person. It could be the housewife or the doctor who is afraid to raise the toast, or perhaps just that man who wants to raise the toast at his wedding, it's his best friend's wedding. However, today we find ourselves that Toastmaster is more focused on the corporate world. Would he agree that that's what it is about? What about the dreams and aspiration of a simple man? Perhaps does not work in the company, or has no aspirations to lead up to be a leader in a corporate. Would he agree to it? Or would he question it? After all, Toastmasters was all about the people, you, and you. Whether it be the school teacher, or it be the baker, or it could be the marketing. At the end, it's the people that makes the corporates. But let's not forget who the people are. It's they that make Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Elvis. Now I will move. Can you help me if anyone online from the screen, virtual screen, if anybody want to attempt?
Raise the hand.
Virtual attendee, please raise your hand if you wish to attend the table topics.
Mr. Murli.
Raise the hand.
No,
So I will move to the first guest as I tell Atito Devo Bhava. So who will get attend from first? Bring any one things to me from your within you what have. Now ladies first. Ladies first. Yes.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Pooja Malwani. I've come here as a guest today. This is my office.
So Pooja Malwani bring her cell phone. Pooja, this cell phone, how much important to you? What do you have the advantage or what can be the disadvantage? Please explain in your words, 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. All right. This is firstly, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Pooja, and I'm extremely happy to be here. And I came here with no agenda whatsoever. So with regards to the topic which was given to me, this phone, why is it important to me? What's the topic? This phone was given to me as a gift by my brother-in-law, and it was pretty random. He just took me out to a store one day, and this was in US. So we visited Walmart, and there was an amazing sale going on. So he said, "Why don't you pick a gift for yourself?" And this doesn't happen to you every now and then. You know, your brother-in-law asking, "Pick a gift." The entire store is yours. At that point, I needed a phone. I was badly in need of a phone, as the one that I had was dying out. So I got this one. It's been about 6 years. It's an iPhone 6s Plus. I've got literally everything saved in here, from the messages to my notes, to my passwords, to the images, to all the memories that I've created from the day that I got this phone. So 2015 December, I remember the date as well. It was 31st of December 2015 was when I got this, and I still have it here. So this one is close to my heart because of all the sentimental values and for creating all the frolic moments. This one is close to my heart.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Pooja Malwani. Now I would like to take one game from screen, online screen. DTM Anil Lobo. Okay, so we will go with the DTM Murli. DTM Murli.
Yes, I'm there.
Thank you. DTM Murli, your table topic is 15,800 Toastmasters Club are present in 149 countries. You will be aware very well. If you could visit any club, where would you go and why? I will repeat. 15,800 Toastmasters Club are present in 149 countries. If you could visit any club, where would you go and why? Over to you.
Great table topics master, area director Dinesh Kumar Paul. Though I have been with Toastmaster now almost for 10 years, 9 years. Now given a choice where I would go, as many of you know, I am the Vice President Education for the first Toastmaster Club in the world, that is Smedley Club in USA. Given an opportunity, I would love to be there physically one day. This year also, I continue to be there, part of that club, XCOM. I want to be there in that club because I have almost seen all the clubs in Kuwait and Bahrain. Now we have Egypt and Iraq. But given a choice, my first choice will be only to go to Smedley Club Chapter 1, wherein I can see the roots from where we started. Like 20 years back, this club got chartered. So I would love to be in that place. Why? Because that's a birthplace, that's a place where now we have more than 350,000 people in the world who have been educated, trained to be a better communicator and a leader. And here I would like to give my sincere thanks to two people. Dinesh, I cannot see the timing. You should move out because I should see the timer, Arvind Babu. Yes, very good. Thank you. I would love to really thank my guru. First guru in Toastmaster is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Anil Lobo, who injected me not only to come into this, he taught me how to be a better judge. And I have to thank the second person, who is distinguished Toastmaster Raymond Pereira, who gave me the first club in that is KCTF gave me the opportunity to be the chief judge. So my sincere thanks to these two people. Anil Lobo taught me how to fold and make a judging, and then Raymond Pereira. Now, coming back to my question, I would love to be physically present. I'm yawning for it because that's a frolic moment for everybody to go back to the thing. Like my timer is showing the card. This is the old one. I love to be there. Whichever club, but given a choice, Smedley, Chapter 1. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmasters. Dr. Murli Manohar. Timer was not showing card only to you. He was hinting to me also that we are running late. So I will take one more guest, non-Toastmasters, and he come.
Yes, my passport.
Same question with you as I asked to Pooja Malmani. Explain about this passport, how much important for you, and if any disadvantage with that also you can include.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I was pretty forward thinking that I'll get the same question because most of us know what are the advantages and disadvantages of passport. This is my favorite friend after landing Kuwait. I landed 2 weeks back. I was just born into Kuwait 2 weeks back, and everywhere I go, even if I go for a walk, I keep this in my pocket and walk. I came to Kuwait, like I said, 2 weeks back. But the moment I landed, it was a fantastic day. In 9 years, it was the biggest sandstorm that you've ever got, the dust storm. So I was welcomed to Kuwait with a dust storm, and it was more interesting because when I landed airport, it took me a lot of time to meet a local Kuwaiti because wherever I see are all Indians and people from our subcontinent. The driver was from our subcontinent, the hotel receptionist was from our subcontinent. But finally I was very glad when I finished my breakfast and came out and I met the friends of this particular country. It's a very good experience for me. And like I said, if I don't carry this with me, it's not going to be frolic. Right? Yeah, so that's it about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. What a frolic moment of the table topics going on, but the timer is pushing me hard again. Today we have the chance to take the speakers as a guest. I can see DTM Fatma Abdullah. One more? So, okay, the timer and the Toastmasters have they permitted me to get one more. So I didn't see any non-Toastmasters guest. I will ask DTM Fatma Abdullah, please come forward. DTM Fatma Abdullah, your topic is, you assume yourself you are a member of this Kuwait Challengers Club.
He is honorary member of Kuwait.
But I was not aware, sorry for that. So your topic is, as we celebrated today 20th anniversary. Your topic now starts, what 5 years, what do you hope or envision your club will be like in 5 years more at the club's 25th Silver Jubilee anniversary? I repeat again, what do you hope or envision your club will be like in 5 years at the club's 25th Silver Jubilee anniversary? If you want, I can give you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
what I hope for Kuwait Challengers in 5 years when they celebrate their 25th anniversary. Fellow topic master, fellow Toastmaster, and guest, good evening.
Good evening.
3 or 4 years back, I was invited to this club. It was at a point of struggling, but it was reviving. And everyone was enthusiastic, energetic, wanted to put all efforts in this club in order to see it back again to the front line. And they have succeeded, and they have returned back to where they have started, and even much better. Some people were totally new, like Ditem Priscilla, Ditem Kajitan. They were completely new, and they were starting their journey. And today, on the 20th celebration, we have a champion here. So what I imagine for this club is maybe we enjoy it in a frolic way, celebrating Ditem Priscilla being our public speaker champion, going further maybe to the international stage and having him winner from Kuwait. This is what I wish for Kuwait Challengers. I'm sure that we won't have only one Priscilla, we will have more and more people, and this room will be filled again in more joyful way, celebrating, enjoying, and learning the way we have done before in a much better way. Back to you.
Members, I got permission one more because we are the frolic moment. So as I can see, all the audience, most of the people are the mature age, or we can say around 40 to 50. It will not be enough justification if I don't give the chance to any youngsters. I can see one young very guest.
Jaya Krishna.
So your topic will be same as for the non-Toastmasters guest. Give me anything from you, what you have right now in your pocket.
Myself, I don't have anything.
You yourself. So you present yourself. So your current topic is how much you important to your parents. Do you have any disadvantage from your parents when you are not here in Kuwait, as I know you are studying in abroad? So about that is something you can give me 1 to 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
First of all, I have to say what a flourishes evening. I wanted to get that out first. So, being in the United States for about 3 years, I had a lot of freedom. That was the advantage. And I learned a lot about myself. I mean, when you're with someone who cares about you, you need to be careful all the time. It's like, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do that. And it's out of love. But when I was in the United States, I was free. And it was not easy. I was flurried. And I was sad too. I was scared because for the first time, I'm not holding anyone's hands. I'm just here by myself, like a warrior. So I learned a lot about myself. I made a lot of connections. Right now I'm shaking. I was shaking there too, because you're uncertain, but that's the beauty of life. You have to get into the uncertainty and embrace the doubts so that you can discover what's truly inside. That's the only way, right? So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello, Toastmasters. Again, I ask the permission to one more because I cannot miss DTM. Toastmasters Ali, please. Toastmasters Ali. Distinguished Toastmasters Ali. Again, I would say, you imagine you are a member of the club.
I'm in the
Yes. You are a member of the club. Okay. If you were tasked with creating a time capsule for your club, what would you put in it and why? If you were asked, or you can say the task with creating a time capsule for your club, what would you put in it and why? Very difficult, I can change.
Yeah, everything is okay. Toastmaster Ali is good at it.
Hello, Toastmaster guests and friends. Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, I have to say celebration for the 20 years club. This is a very important. We are standing over here. I remember the first day I joined the club Toastmaster. I was working at Mullah with DTM Anil Lobo and DOS and other people when that side. This is the first capsule. It is the joining capsule for our club. We grew up one by one and we are standing here. I remember we shipped from one place to other place and sometimes we did not have place to find and to gather. We went to the basement in the best bookshop in the Salmieh. But the main capsule which I like to put in the club, it's the leadership, what we're learning from this club. And the powerful speaking what we have for the growing this club. Always, I think we have to keep ourselves ready. And this stage, it make the big create place for you for the growing up capsule, not the capsule. It can be a rocket for the next stage to you. Over to you.
Thank you. Toastmasters of the day, you have to fill the feedback and the selection.
No, you can ask timer if everybody qualified and then we can vote for best table topics.
Ready, you will be having the paper and the same feedback. You can choose the best table topic speaker without going to time. Let's give the one.
Yeah, everybody qualified.
Yeah. So for the timing, you all are qualified. You can vote. You can choose yourself also. You can vote that if you feel you spoke the better, then the table topic question will be there.
Give the names.
You should ask me.
Please come.
No, it's fine. You can read.
So names are, I will repeat. First speaker was the Toastmasters Alves. Second speaker was the Pooja Malwani. Third one DTM Murli Manohar. Next one DTM Fatma Abdullah. Guest Jaya Krishna. DTM Ali Nagesh. One more name, it is not clear to me. Who are that? Thomas. Yeah, guest Mr. Thomas. So these are the names. You can choose out of them your best vote to which speaker you want to go. As I tell, you can vote yourself too. And with that, I will bind up the session and let me invite Toastmasters of the day to take over.
Thank you, Division F Director, for collecting the votes on behalf of our, not on behalf, to become our vote counter, impromptu vote counter. Thank you so much. Getting back to physical meeting, we are just realizing that we missed out on the vote counter. That we need a vote counter because it's so easy to vote online. The different way to do it, and here we just realize, oh, where's our vote counter? I think we need to go amend our agenda so that we don't miss out on vote counters.
Oh God. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
So with that, frolic table topic session. Thank you, Rebellion, for that wonderful word we have been able to use. Everybody has been using it. You are going to have a wonderful report to give at the end of your general evaluation segment. I would now like to, I'm glad our tabletop master gave everybody an opportunity to speak, and that is the beauty of we want to know from you also, but I know it will come later. So thank you very much, Tabletop Master, for that wonderful session. I would now like to invite our Romanian Toastmaster, our General Evaluator Toastmaster Demato to take stage and perform his segment of the General Evaluation.
Good evening, everyone. Once again. Good evening. Now, to start with the segment, we'll go with the first evaluation, which is on prepared speeches. Now, the beauty of Toastmasters, we had an issue with Mobini's voice in her device, and then DTM Murali Manoharan took up the impromptu evaluation, and he's going to evaluate Narendra his speech.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dimitro. First of all, congratulations, Dimitro, for participating in the DTAC. Now I would request you to move around because I was to see the timer. Yeah, thank you very much. Toastmaster Narendra, I really appreciate the way you started your topic under the excellent topic. You had a great introduction. You asked rhetoric questions about good memory and bad memory, making people interact with you. And I really appreciate the quote given by Dr. Jitendra with his 30 years of medical experience that there is no medicine for that. People like me are saved. Otherwise, my wife would have purchased that in bulk. Now, I love the topic called trained and untrained memory. And I have to really appreciate the 4 easy, simple tips you have shared with the people. Material to be stored in the head and then in the paper, then read 10 times before sleeping. Keep that next to you while sleeping in your side. Again, get up in the morning and read that for 10 times. Very simple tips. And I have compiled your speech in this way. This is a thing. Excellent topic, great introduction with the rhetoric question, lovely tips to improve one's memory skills. Your valuable tips are very easy to apply for all ages. Your demonstration of 68 names is a great certificate of what you are preaching. Now, one of the areas, honestly, I don't think there is any area of improvement. However, I want to suggest you could have asked audience to repeat what you said. Those 4 tips, so that you can see that people getting connected with you and they are with you. You could have also said how many days it would take for a person to memorize these tips. Now, what is the challenge? It's a big challenge for me to give you some tips on this. That's an important thing. You had a very good voice modulation and stage movement. I will share with you on a personal note what are the things which you have to work so that it will be easy for you to give in your second speech. Overall, your speech was very good, great introduction, great tips, and easy to remember. And your 68 names, believe me, they are one of the best things what anybody could learn. And I really appreciate coming back to the physical mode. If it was a Zoom mode, reading that 68 from the side screen would have been easy. But you really demonstrated your memorization skills of 68 names. Thanks. And I would really love to see you as a better speaker. You are already an excellent speaker, but I will give you some of the tips on a personal note during my personal chat with you. Thank you, General Evaluator. Over to you. I've already shared my form with Priscilla. She would share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DTM Murali Manoharan. Well, it's a very comprehensive one, and Narendra should be very pleased to have it. Yes, we are now moving to our second evaluation, which is Grammarian's report. To present that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Elvis.
Hello and good evening, everyone. And the word of the day is. The word of the day is. I believe everyone used the word of the day today, but highlighting. So I had a good meeting. Okay, here's a little bit information. I work for a Japanese company, so I know how to coax people to do what I want them to do. The people who used the word of the day, maximum, was, any guesses? One person. Definitely. Number three times. Two of them weren't valid, but still I give it to you. Use the word of the day. The other people who use the word of the day are not by alphabetical order. Dinesh, Jaya. Okay, I call you Jaya, right? Yeah. Priscilla, of course. Pooja, Thomas, Fatima. Did I miss out anyone? I think so. I'm glad that everyone used the word of the day, and this is a fun word, frolic. Good usage of the language. Now, the three pillars who led were the co-founders of this group. That's a good way to say things. Even pretty random was a nice way to put it. I don't remember the entire sentence because I'm not used to handwriting. I type it really. Other words, scrap the brake. We scrap the brake. Born into Kuwait. I don't think many of us use that term, but it's an interesting one to be born into Kuwait. We mostly try to get out of Kuwait. So the other one, there were some things that I felt could be said differently, not that it's wrong. For example, cheated me, the word cheated me into being a president. And a colorful way to say it is swindled, scammed, would be an interesting word. The word cheat is too simple, a more colorful way. Another way is, this was said, badly needed. A little bit more, if you are missing a mobile phone, badly needed would be in desperate need. More powerful way to say it. I overall enjoyed this meeting. It's been a long time since I've done this role, standing up. I'm mostly lying down in my pajamas, but now that we are online, I don't think I can come in my pajamas. I mean, we're offline. So here's another one I wanted to highlight. No need to worry. It's not grammatically wrong. However, it's a very casual, no need to worry. But if you were to say, you need not worry, that makes it sound more formal, more assuring. I try to find the word memorization. If I have a way, I have a habit of making words like I'm working on the updation of the program. There is no such word as updation, but it sounds good. So I was wondering, yes, there is a word called memorization, and I tested you, and yes, your memory is strong. Because I couldn't remember Thomas's name, and I asked you, and you told me his name. So overall, wonderful meeting. Really, you use nice term, inject it into the club. Not very often that's a picture you want to draw yourself in your mind to be injected into someone, but overall, good meeting. Here's to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elvis. It's very comprehensive, and you are an amazing listener. That's more important than the grammar report. Well, now we are moving to the next segment, which is our counter report. To present that, let me invite Toastmaster Jamaluddin. Toastmaster Jamaluddin, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Dear Toastmasters and guests, ladies and gentlemen, there are 9 DTMs attended this meeting and 5 senior Toastmasters, those who are more than 4 years experience. It is very difficult for me to find out the repeated words and interjunction. But anyhow, I tried to find some words. DTM Priscilla, she used a word 2 times. It may be due to her very curious in a 20th anniversary, but she used a word 2 times. I don't know correct word, but the word is 2 times. The second, our guest Pooja, she used it 4 times. DTM Murali Manohar, he used it 1 time. Guest Thomas, He used word 4 times. He repeated the word 5 times. Remaining all, everything is fine. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you very much.
Well, now it's time for me to give my evaluation as a general evaluator. Well, starting from the beginning, yes, when we entered the room, it was just sharp 6 o'clock, I think. Yeah. By the time we have seen everything set, kudos to our very own president and Priscilla. And it's, very few clubs were having physical meetings. I think we started it. We set the tone at the top, and now we started physically while having these hybrid meetings, which is, I would say, a kind of founder for hybrid meetings, because that confirmed by the views that we have on YouTube, around 500,000 views in one of the videos that Kajitan has uploaded on a hybrid meeting. And we have more views from US, and there were some people who contacted him to know how we are doing it. So we can see, where the club is. Yeah. So like I mentioned, it's all about the people who's behind all these clubs. Yes, clubs are there, but the people who are behind, they lift the club to the level which is today what you are experiencing. Well, so that was the start, and the agenda was nicely printed and kept on table, and everything and ballot papers were available, and the banner was displayed nicely, which is very, very unique and important when it comes to guests, for them to see from where we are coming from. Yeah, the other thing, now we slightly got delayed in starting, but now we are well on time. We have 15 more minutes to go, so we are good in time management. So this is another key when it comes to Toastmaster meetings. This is what we are trying to inculcate to our blood, because it's difficult to work on time, especially when it comes to my wife and my mother-in-law. Well, yeah. Then, with regard to the proceedings from the beginning, yes, Priscilla was making it so much emotional and fun, and took us to the beginning of the club and all the way until today what has happened, which was very important, because for us to know, even for me, I got to know many about the club from Priscilla from today's presentation. And I should give my kudos to Toastmaster Dinesh for having this amazing table topic session, which was very dynamic and very enthusiastic. You heard his voice, and he was so enjoyed, and he was enjoying, and the tone was very high. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dinesh, for that session. And now logistics, I must say again, now see from the beginning to now, we didn't have any hiccups, and things are moving well, and we have 2-3 devices connected. So this gives us more pleasure to bring more people, and even for guests to speak to your other friends who wants to come and join this club, which will be, of course, beneficial for our career and also our day-to-day life. Like Elvis correctly mentioned, he's an everyday person. Yes. Yeah, that's it from my side, and we have little more stuff to go. So I don't want to take more time, and I'll hand over the stage to our very own Toastmaster of the day, Priscilla.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dimatu, for that wonderful general evaluation, for bringing this meeting to our full circle. And we are here now with all the 3 segments completed. What we saw in the evaluation for the guest, I am sure you have understood what we are trying to bring in over here. We were only talking about what we could do better. What we did today, where we put our best for today, and what we can do better. Now, Well, we are in this 20th anniversary, and at every year we had a president who had his team, the ExCom team, who would organize the whole thing for the club. And this year, president is DTM Tajuddin and his team. And the team has worked hard to make this meeting happen today. We don't have our VP yet because she has traveled to India. Sergeant at Arms is here. We have our VP membership here, and we have VPPR here, and we have our treasurer here. So this is what makes a Toastmasters meeting. We need to have a team that will help the members. Secondly, it is in Toastmasters, the most important thing is having a mentor. And without a mentor, you will not know where to go in Toastmasters. The best part about Toastmasters is that a mentor is provided for every member. And today, at this 20th anniversary, the 5 years that I have been in Toastmasters, if I have been able to be the Toastmaster of the Day today here, then it is because of my mentors. So thank you to my mentors. And see my mentor from Nigeria, Toastmaster Lanati, to him as well. And we have DTM Anil, Toastmaster Kelton, and DTM Raymond, who have mentored me. I'm sure right now you all are thinking of your mentors. So please thank your mentors for what you all are in Toastmasters, because they are the ones who help climb the ladder. Not forgetting my mentor who mentored me as to how to divide the stage in front is Toastmaster DTM Fatima Abdullah. I will not forget that, and you can really see that in my speeches, because that's how she trained me how to move around, how to maneuver the entire stage while speaking, while delivering speeches. So that is what I get from her. A big round of applause. We would like to vote for the best role player. If we can have on those sheets quickly best role player, and we can have
Is it best evaluator or
best role player? You can just put the name on anything and just hand it over. Maybe if there is no best role player, just put it on. Excuse me.
Thank you.
If there isn't, then we can take a thank you. Thank you, DTM Hasan. Thank you very much for having me as your Toastmaster of the Day. With this, I would like to sign off, and I would like to hand over the stage to our president to proceed with the rest of the meeting.
Once again, thank you everyone, online as well as physical meeting, who came here today and made this a very special occasion. We have still a few things to take care of, but first of all, I would like to have the feedback from, let's say, from our guests, and our dignitaries, and then from the online audience. Starting with you. would you like to come here and say a few words about your experience today of Toastmasters?
Evening once again. The feedback that I have is, I think I'm absolutely amazed. I'm amazed at how the session was conducted. I'm amazed at how effortless it was. And I'm also very grateful to all of you all for giving me the opportunity to come here and speak and share whatever I had in my mind regarding the topic which was given. So thank you once again. And one of the, probably another feedback, which for all of you all, is that this is a very friendly and safe space. So not for 1 second that I feel that I'm out of place or should I be nervous about anything. It was very, very nicely well and conducted. Thank you so much.
In fact, that's our club motto. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience. It's all about that. It's all about coming here and making mistakes. How about you, Thomas? Would you like to come and say a few things?
Good evening, everybody, once again. My feedback, adding to what Pooja said, is one is the time management. When we say we start at 6, we started at 6 and we're like ending way before the time. Very disciplined audience. I mean, generally when we attend online meetings in Zoom or Teams or anything, we go a lot of mute and unmute dramas, but very disciplined audience. And I'm sure we're doing a very serious business here, but with a lot of fun. And it's a pleasure meeting everybody, a lot of seniors here, and looking forward to learn more from everyone. Thank you.
And I would like to now recognize the dignitary in the house, our division director, Azam. Would you like to come and please say a few words?
Thank you so much. Immediate Bus Division F Director and Club President, ETM Kajitan Pareto. I would like to tell you guys that we have 3 division directors in the house and all of Division F. The Immediate Bus Division Director, DTM Kajitan, and Bus Division F Director, DTM Patna, and myself, soon to be Immediate Bus Division Director.
Can we have a picture of all of you?
Okay. First of all, I visited this club more than 4 years back, the same place. I was promoting for the TED in Kuwait 2018, and as they said, it was full house. Why? Because of the frolic spirit this club has. Yes. It's over. It's over. This club, although it's in a very crowded area, it's in the Kuwait city, and where you cannot find parking, but we always find it full of people. Always full. When I came with DTM Patna, it was not easy to find the parking. Okay, but you will always find it full. As DTM Raymond said, at a certain point of time, it has more than 40 people. And you have here one of the eldest Toastmasters in Kuwait, Toastmaster Ali, Toastmaster Aravind, my friends here, and Toastmaster Dinesh. It's a place that you don't need to miss a meeting. So I recommend the guests here soon sign your forms and join the club. Thank you.
You may be, if you, because he said this, you might say, wow, they are after my money. Let me tell you, fees for Toastmasters very low. We are a non-profit organization. The only amount that we collect is we send it to Toastmasters International to take care of the material and books and so forth. And we collect some money to have some snacks, samosas and so forth every time we meet. When I joined this Toastmasters club, there was a division director who inspired me. And she was, as I said, division director, DTM Fatma Abdullah. And she used to come here, and he was at that time are the triggers for me to move forward. So I would like DTM.
Well, on this occasion, I'm really glad that I got the chance to be part of this journey of Kuwait Challengers. And I love also to hear today that I put some marks and shared some experiences with some members. And even for Priscilla, from time to time, she will remind me that you have told me this, you have told me that. And I feel like I'm a teacher, so I should be proud of my students. And the moment I heard that, I was there only for the results. And once I saw her name, I was like jumping on the in front of the screen. It's a really great moment, and I wish that we'll continue with this way and even much better. See Priscilla moving ahead, see more people joining her. Maybe after another 3-4 years, we will see you, Buja, and Thomas, also part of the journey. This is so nice to come back and see that you've been part of the success journey. This success is for everyone, and it teaches other people. Maybe Jaya also, I have met him. He was a student today. He is a third year university student, maybe. Yes. See, now you are getting me older now. I don't wish you all the best, and we will come back again to celebrate year after year after year. Over to you.
We have a very nice YouTube channel, Kuwait Challenges. If you search on YouTube, Kuwait Challenges, you'll find we post some of our videos, what we do here. And one of the videos is about Kuwait Challenges as a club. And Fatma Abdullah is featured in that. I remember going somewhere in the winter time and she came and she was like shivering. And we shot the video and she's there talking about Kuwait Challenges. I know you were a member, but still, Ali, I would like you to come and share a few words because again, and we would like to see you back again.
Once again, good evening. I will not take too much of your time. Kuwait Challengers Toastmaster, when we say the Toastmaster, we say the skill of speaking. But this is not only a skill of speaking, this is a skill of life. This is a skill where we are standing and where we are going to stand.
We are almost approaching our time and we have lots of guests. I might not be able to ask everyone to say a few words, but online maybe Vidya Murali, would you like to say a few words?
Great. Back to be our family meeting here. I have been attending regularly the anniversary of our KCTM. And I'm proud to be here and see many people. I wish you all the best. And as someone wrote, I'll be here even for the Silver Jubilee. Who knows, even for the Golden Jubilee, inshallah. Thank you. Over to you, President.
Dr. Asha, you have unmuted yourself. Would you like to say a few words for us?
Good evening. Good evening, all of you. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Still online. This is the first time I'm appearing on a hybrid meeting. Isn't this a hybrid meeting?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And congratulations on your 20th anniversary, Kuwait Challengers. Ours is going to be just the first anniversary, and we will be celebrating it next month. So I invite all of you.
Thank you. I know we are reaching a time. I would love to have everyone say a few words. If you'll hang around after we officially close the meeting, you will be more than welcome. I will hand over now some of the awards, and then a pizza is getting cold. So and before I do that, I want to acknowledge one more thing. In this box is a delicious cake prepared by none other than a cake artist. In fact, morning she asked me, should I go out and get a cake? I said, we might not have time because I'll come home and I will have to rush. And And she sat down and made the cake, and she said, I finished the challenge of baking a cake and decorating it in 3 hours. Wow. So, so I have a few certificates to hand out. First of all, I would like to give this certificate to thank Pooja Malwani. Maybe it will be in this also. I'd like to offer this to Mr. Jaya. Thank you for joining us. Small appreciation. Also, I'd like to thank Sunita for coming and joining us.
Yes. Thank you.
I'd also like to thank Thomas. Now there are 3 awards. One is there is a best role play award that you all voted for, and it is now a tie. So both of them are going to get it. The first one is for Dinesh Kumar for the excellence. And I generally want, a grammarian. Fun and frolic, always. And the final and the most coveted award is for the best table topic speaker. And this goes to Pooja Malwani.
I wasn't expecting this. Thank you very much.
Don't think it's a con to sign you up for the club. People have voted because they liked what you spoke. And this is what it is all about. With that, I believe we are done. I will officially close the meeting. Oh.